And welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Phil Wesley, the Mile High Hustler, and we just got back from the longest week or so of our lives. Ugh. You see, the whole story was we were going to drive down on Tuesday, July the 28th, and get there on Wednesday, July the 29th. Stay there and do some garage sailing on Friday, and maybe some on Saturday, then go up and also do some thrift store shopping in Warrensburg, go to my sister's wedding, which I actually recorded and I put up on Area DMG. If for some bizarre reason you want to go ahead and watch it, yeah. And then we're going to leave on Tuesday, August 4th, and get back on August 5th. Now, we have two cars. We have a 2008 Dodge Caliber with 77,000 miles on it, and a 2002 Chevy Cavalier with 243,000 miles on it. Anyways, we were also traveling with Soup, our cat. And let's see, we packed up everything into the Dodge Caliber, because, it's got less miles. And we were like, hey, let's just leave Tuesday evening, and we'll get there like Wednesday. We can sleep most of Wednesday, because when you make a big trip like this, from up here in Colorado down to there, where it's hot and muggy and in Warrensburg, Missouri, it is, you need a day to recover pretty much. You just really do. You're going to feel because going down to that lower temperature where it's muggy, and up here it's a dry heat. It's nice and dry up here. Down there it is swampland. It's like going from the middle of let me think of some place it's like going from I'm trying to think of a good dry place. Ooh, I have so many horrible euphemisms I could say from there. But no, it's just a bad trip, and you need about a day to recover. So anyways, we're driving out there. We're driving about an hour out. We're about 60, 75 miles out, and then the temperature gauge on the caliber starts going up on the engine, and then starts slowing down. You see, it's got this thing where if it gets above a certain heat, it'll start slowing stuff down. So we end up like, oh great, we can't move like this. We can't get here. Otherwise we're gonna have to go like 45 miles an hour all the way there, or stop every 30 minutes to stay put for 30 minutes. So we just move on back over and take it over to the dealer. We have a really wonderful warranty on the transmission. And it turned out it's a transmission problem. So we're like, what? We have the other car, so let's pack up the Chevy Cavalier. We pack up the Chevy Cavalier. We get all about Colby, Kansas. Fill up the tank. We're driving out in Colby, Kansas, and the temperature gauge spikes all the way up, and then drops, and this car just starts smoking a little bit. I go and I pull it to the side of the road. I open it up. I use a little bit of a towel thing to check to see what's wrong with the coolant. The coolant is boiling, so I add some water to it, and we try to take it back to Colby, Kansas to try and put some more coolant in it. And it turned out that it wasn't. We ended up having to get it towed to a mechanic out in Colby, and I found out that it was the head gasket. In other words, any coolant and stuff that we put out there just leak out the bottom of it. Wouldn't help it. We found out it would cost like $700 or $800 to actually take a look and see if the head gasket could be replaced, or repaired, and then about $1,600 or so to repair it, and then it might just need to be replaced, and that's thousands of dollars more, and it just nope. So I called my dad up, and he drove out 7 hours from Warrensburg, Missouri to Colby, Kansas to pick us up. And then it would be a 7-hour drive from Colby, Kansas to Warrensburg, Missouri. I want to thank Soup for being incredibly patient and for hanging out in the cold, or rather not like the, in the shady areas of the car. We had plenty of water, so we're sitting there in this car by the mechanic's place in 80, 90 degree weather, just kind of like fanning ourselves and keeping the door open, going and getting water, a little bit of food. Just awful and boring. The 12 hours plus that we spent in Colby, Kansas felt like 3 weeks. It was awful. I am sure that hell is modeled after Colby, Kansas. Or all of Kansas for that matter. No wonder the Westboro Baptist Church lives there. Anyways, it was just awful. I mean, no offense to anybody out in Colby. You have a nice town, but I wouldn't want to live there. Sorry. Anyways, we get picked up and we head on out there, and we just needed... Okay, we got there Thursday morning, so we just slept Thursday, part of Friday, just recovering. We went garage sailing on Saturday. It was like 90 degrees, and we found Zip, not as Zilch. That was bleh. And all this time we're looking for other stuff, like other cars and things. We found out there's a lot of scams on Craigslist. Anyways, Saturday though, we find out that there is a J. Wolf Honda, or J. Wolf Automotive anyways. We go up there to take a look at another car. And then while we were there, they show us a different car after we looked at the one that we came up to, and it's like, it's okay, but they said, hey, you should check out this one. It's a 2001 Mercury Grand Marquis with 88,000 miles on it. Thing lived in a garage. Brand new tires, all sorts of, just in really good shape, under $5,000. With a payment plan too, so we ended up with a new car, a new used car. A Mercury Grand Marquis from 2001 with 88,000 miles on it. Really good deal. And from there, we went to my sister's wedding on Sunday, and then we went to all these thrift stores and stuff on Monday. We went to Blue Springs and Lee Summit and part of Warrensburg, like those were the days, and Salvation Army and stuff like that. And here's what we found. Well, here's what we found when we went garage sailing on Saturday. Nothing. But when we went to the stores out on Monday, we found quite a bit of things. I'm not really sure where to start on this. I think I'm going to start with like some of the interesting, like the least interesting stuff. This, let me move it back a bit. It's a bag. It's a medical bag for transporting all the stuff that you purchase. I'm just kidding. It's for transporting medicine and such. It's a really good bag. It says Dynamed. It's got multiple pockets over here. This was just, well, I'm trying to remember how much this particular thing cost. It was like $2. Yeah, this is like $2. It's in really good shape. Overall, what we're going to do is we're going to clean it up a little bit because it's a bit dusty. Maybe we'll flip it. It would make a pretty good cooler, to be honest. You pop this part into the refrigerator for a little bit beforehand. You pop in your drinks, your Red Bulls and stuff, and it just looks neat. I don't know what we're going to do with it particularly. We might keep it, we might flip it. It was $2. It's probably worth about $30 or $40 to the right person. And that was the beginning of better luck. Oh, we're also adding in, we went garage sailing on Friday, and we went to thrift stores on Friday over here, after, and we got some interesting stuff then. So we headed out there to Red Rocks, and what we did, the first thing, we picked up this thing at one of the little thrift stores there in Blue Springs, or Lee Summit. Wait, no, it's Lee Summit. Anyways, we picked up this. This is a hit clips. We're going to do a video about these at some point. It cost $2. It was Hillcrest is the name of the place. Essentially, these are they're one song cartridges. Like let's see, there's Pink, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Destiny's Child. Anybody remember these people? Yeah, none of them amounted to anything. Anyways, let's see, Britney Spears. It's just trashy pop. And we actually will do a video about those because you can actually record your own. There was a radio attachment, and there's all sorts of stuff for it. And it was Tiger Electronics that put this out. The other thing we got there is they had a little thing of free stuff, so I picked up this Jake the Dog. He's bendy. Kick the dog. Anywho, from there we went on to a different thrift store. We went to Red Racks. And that is where we found the first really good find of the day, sort of. We found, these are CDI games. Complete, in-the-box CDI games. Compton's Interactive Encyclopedia, Pinball, and Caesar's World of Gambling. Like, let me show you a little bit about what these look like. Inside you've got this. It says Philips CDI. And you press this part here, and it opens it up. There's instructions. There's the shiny and reflective CDs. And just, it says, welcome to the world of CDI. These were $2.48 each, because I think they thought they were DVDs. And they're worth anywhere from $10 to $20 or more each. So yeah, we'll flip those. We don't have a CDI. Kind of an interesting find, I think. So, then at that same Red Racks, we found this. It's a bag. It says Newbie. I was like, this seems kind of interesting. Long story short, I used to do consulting work for Newbie. That was interesting. Well, let's see what was in here. Oh, a yellow Game Boy camera and a Tommy Hilfiger Game Boy Color. Oh. So that was interesting. And in the, let's see, Tommy Hilfiger Game Boy Color, the Game Boy camera, and then a Game Boy printer. It's missing the little plastic shell right here. That's an issue, but it'll still operate without it. Just kind of an interesting find. And that was $13.12 because it was also 25% off. And it came with this great Newbie container. So that was pretty good. The other thing we found was, we went to Those Were the Days, and I found this cartridge. This is a copy of Battle Arena Toshinden for the R-Zone. The R-Zone was Tiger's answer to the Virtual Boy. And it had two different things. There was the head-mounted display, and then there was the one that you could just pop it into, and it was just a normal, traditional handheld. Quite kind of an odd find. Okay, then on the next day, I go wandering around, and I found, let's see, for 25 cents, I found The Professional Radical, Conversations with Saul Alinsky. I bought this for me. I'll read through it. Maybe I'll flip it later on, but I like reading politically minded stuff. The guy there had a lot of political stuff, but some of it was the crazy stuff that you find on Coast to Coast AM about how reptilian people are running the world. So this was the least insane thing he had there, and it was the only one I was interested in reading. It's a short book. It's only worth about like $5 to $10. A good thing to read and then pass on to other political junkies. While I was also looking around there, I found this. And this was the most expensive thing of the day. It was $1, and it is adorable, and it has the tag intact. This is a giant microbe. It's yeast, beer and bread yeast. It's 1,000,000 times the actual size. It's adorable. He's been spending too much time at the breweries here in Colorado, and other things too. I mean, just look at those eyes. Look into the eyes of yeast, and behold. You can just pause that right now. It's like big yeast is watching you. Actually, that's terrifying when you think about it. The yeast is watching. The yeast is foretold in the Bible. Anyways, the other thing we got was, well, a free keyboard. It's a free Bluetooth keyboard. Let me back up a little bit on that. A free Bluetooth Microsoft keyboard. I popped some batteries into it and synced it up with my Vita to test it out. Works perfectly wonderful. Got it for free. They go for about $14.99 to about $20 or so in online. Excellent. Might sell it on Craigslist. Might sell it in a Facebook group. Either way, we don't really need it. I like how it's also this is intact. You don't see them very often at thrift stores with this part intact. That's where you rest your hand when you're doing your taxes. It's got like, it doesn't have those wonderful clicky little keys that are separate, you know, like that people like. There's certain types of keys people really like. This is just your general. You can hook this up to the Wii U or to a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 or anything that uses Bluetooth. It's pretty handy for that. Now that's all we found during those, but we went to Savers and Goodwill and other stuff, and we found this was 99 cents, I think. Let me check. $1.99. This was this is just a charger for a Nintendo 3DS, and you've got to pick those up whenever because it's a good idea. Anywho, we also found this cord and this thing that goes along with that cord. It's a HP iPack. It is essentially, it's a little PDA slash computer. It uses Windows CE. Let's see, it uses Windows CE and a bunch of other stuff. It's got a little stylus over here. We're gonna mess around with a bit with this. Maybe put update the firmware. We will definitely flip this. I think you can. It plays movies and music and stuff too. We got it for about it's got it for $8.99, and well, before tax, and it's worth about $100, which not bad actually, not a bad find. Came with this little case and the little cable so I can connect it to the computer and I can charge it and stuff. Pretty good stuff. Then, let's see, we went to Savers and we found some interesting stuff. First off, a Titleist hat. Now, Titleist is a brand you want to pick up. It's in good shape. It's used. The brim is not flat, but still, with a lot of these hats, like Titleist stuff, it's just a good hat. This was $3. It's worth anywhere from, I think, it's worth about $30, right? Yeah, $30. And then the next we picked up was this Active Junkie flat brim. You want that. This was $3. It's from a company called Grassroots Active Junkie. Looks nice. Love the little mountain design here on the bill. Flat. It's also worth about $30, $20 to $30. This is a this was also another hat. I like how it's got a pixelated look to it. It's like a nice little material. It's like this weird leathery kind of material. It's from zhats.com, and it's an authentic Zephyr. Good, interesting hat. It's $3 like the rest of these. All of them were worth about $20 to $30. Yeah, so good find right there. And then the new car only has a cassette deck. So I was like, wow, they sell cassettes for $50. Sorry, $50. 50 cents. And I was like, oh, I had to get this. It's Dr. Demento's The Greatest Novelty Records of All Time from the 80s. And because there's a lot of fun, demented music in it. And I have a cassette player, so that's good. And the other stuff I picked up was Asia. This is Asia, Alpha. And just Asia. I mean, look at these, look at the cover art in these things. Nobody does great cover art anymore. And I was like, yes, Asia. And then the other thing we picked up from that would be Labyrinth. Remember, when you're picking up board games, look for Ravensburger. They're good board games. We check this to make sure it's complete. We're going to play this. Play it with some friends too. We'll try it out and then we'll decide whether or not we're going to flip it or not. If we decide to flip it, it's worth about $40 or so. And it costs about $4, so, you know, it's not a bad deal. Yeah, we'll check it out, see if it's good. It's for ages 7 to 99 and 2 to 4. So if you're 100 years old or 6 years old, you can't play this. You're not allowed. Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you're over 100 years old, you can't play it. Not allowed. But yeah, like I said, if you're looking for stuff, make sure you check out the sites for Ravensburger. And then, the best find of the day. Oop. Dun, 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 dun. this. Ah! It's a shark. Hand puppet. Shark. It eats things too. You can actually feed it stuff and it'll go through this little pouch thing in the back of its throat. This, we saw it, I was like, oh, I like this shark. I'm gonna clean it up, take it home, it's gonna be good. And here's the thing about this shark. Many people may have seen this particular shark on Craig Ferguson's The Late Late Show. You can look up like Brian the Enthusiastic Shark and you'll find him. Ah, ha, ha. I just like him because he's a shark. He eats things. He looks fantastic. And he's from a company called Folk Menace. Let me show you his tag here a moment. It says Folk Menace Puppets. These are quality puppets. We got him for $5. He is worth, $4. He is worth about $40. Yeah. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll use him for other videos. We could talk about ethics. I don't know. He's just a great shark. This was kind of like a great little cap off because, to be honest, the terrible vacation, the worst vacation ever, you know, because cars kept catching fire. They'd halt and catch fire out in the middle of the road. That was bad, but it got better. Things do get better. Times can be tough. Times can be horrible. You may find nothing at garage sales, but sometimes you'll find a shark, and he will be your friend. Ah, he'll be like, viewers are friends, not food. But yeah, hey, if you like the stuff we found, or if you have memories of Labyrinth, or if you remember hit clips, or you really like that hat, or you like those CDI games, or just want to comment about the shark or whatnot, comment below, hit like. If you don't subscribe to us yet, hit subscribe. We have thousands and thousands of people who subscribe to us. If you're not one of them yet, what's wrong with you? So anyways, I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and guess what? You are now caught up.